chewing up his food really well, mashing it up. And if you ever open your mouth when you're chewing, you'll notice what I'm talking about because it looks nasty. Okay? And he's like, oh, that's delicious. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay? Now, Aspasia, where is Aspasia, is going to be Henry's tongue. Now, the purpose of the tongue, it has several jobs, but one of the most important jobs it has is to move food to the back of the throat so it can slide down the esophagus. The esophagus is a tube that connects your mouth to your stomach. It's not very long. It's only about 18 centimeters long. It's not very long at all, okay? But it's not a tube like this one where the food just kind of slides in here like a water slide. It goes whee down to your stomach, okay? It's actually a really muscular tube, and it squeezes the food straight down. This represents your stomach. Now, your stomach is a small bag. It's not nearly this big at all, but it does have a liquid in there, which is an acid. Okay, it's hydrochloric acid. It's designed to begin to break the food down and try to convert it into a soup that your body can use. Because your body can't really use solids in this form. It has to make it accessible to the cells. So what Aspasia is going to do is she's simply going to be like the tongue and stick it in there. Go for it. Oh yeah. Come on. Get it in there. Keep pushing. There you go.
Okay.
Look at it go right down in there. That's beautifully disgusting.
That's beautifully
Now,
disgusting.
as you notice, go ahead, keep going. As it falls into the stomach, you can see that it's no longer clear because the acid in there immediately begins to break down the food. All right, we'll stop right there. Put this right here. Okay, and we missed a little bit, but that's okay. We'll put it in there. Now, so here we have everything that Henry ate in the stomach. It doesn't look pretty, but the acids in here automatically begin working on breaking that solids down into kind of a liquid. Okay? Now, the next step in here is Adrian. Adrian is the stomach. Now, the stomach's job then is to make it even more of a liquid. So your stomach churns and begins to squeeze because it's a big muscle, okay? So what he's going to do is he's just going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Do that. Go ahead. So as he begins squeezing it, go ahead, don't be shy. As he's squeezing it, what he's doing is causing the food to be broken down more, okay? Broken down more, and the acid to be able to get to all the food as much as possible. Okay? Beautiful. That's really nicely done. Looks like chocolate milk. Okay? Especially go around the other side by where he is, please. All right.
I
Now,
might want to move, guys. It's gonna be disgusting.
whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. So once the stomach is basically finished with it, it has to move it on, okay? Now the next step in the digestive system, and again, remember that we're oversimplifying this so that you get a basic idea, okay? This right here represents a small intestine. The small intestine can be anywhere between 18 to 22 feet long, and it's filled with millions and millions of tiny little finger-like things called villi, or villi, and their job is to basically suck up the soup that the stomach has made so that that's where the nutrition, that's where the energy comes from to feed your body, okay? So, Aspasia is going to hold one end of the small intestine. Adrian is going to be the stomach again, and what he's going to do is pour it into this long tube. Hold on 1 second, let me open up my end. All right, go ahead and pour it in there.
How can I pour this in here?
Beautiful. Okay, now, so here's what's going on. So what I want you to notice is everything that's leaking out here is perfect. This is the stuff your body can use. Because all of this gets sent to the cells so that the cells can transport this nutrition to your brain, to your heart, to every part of your body. If it's too big, your body can't use it. This is why it's so important to chew your food really well, okay? Now, we need to add a couple things. So the gallbladder adds a liquid to it called an enzyme that basically helps break down fatty things, okay? And then the pancreas adds another juice to it that helps neutralize the acid so that the acid doesn't burn the small intestine, okay? So what ends up happening then is the muscles begin to squeeze, and then all this food, everything, your body tries really hard to get as much out of this as possible so that your body can use the energy it just consumed. That banana, we desperately need the magnesium, the potassium, everything in there to get to your body. So your body's working really hard to get everything out of there as much as it can. Okay, but obviously there's a lot of stuff in here that's too big, right? It can't fit through the little villi, the little tiny straws. It's like trying to suck up an ice cube through a straw. It doesn't work. So as you pass it on, right? So then it goes to the large intestine. The large intestine is about 12 feet long, and it's pretty thick, okay? The job of the large intestine primarily is to suck up as much water as possible. Your body's anywhere between 70 to 75% water. And without water, you dehydrate and you could die. So your body says, well, if they're not gonna use it, I'm gonna try to suck up as much water as possible. Like beef jerky, you know how it's dehydrated, right? So it goes in here. Okay, it goes in there. And then it begins to absorb. The large intestine absorbs as much water as possible. It is kind of like a paper towel absorbing all of it, okay? And you can see all the water that we got out of it, and that's great because this water goes right back into the human body then, so it can continue to do its job, okay? Once it's all sucked up, as much as it can, it passes it on to basically your own personal garbage can. Everybody has a garbage can in their body. When the stomach's done its job, and the small intestine has sucked up all the nutrients it can, and the large intestine has absorbed all the water it can, it's got to get rid of this stuff because it no longer belongs, right? It's not useful anymore. So this stuff goes into a part of your body called the rectum, which is like your personal garbage can. And when you have enough feces, we call it, the official name is feces, right? You call it poop, but it is feces. When your garbage can is full, is when you start saying, oh, Mr. JJ, I need number 2 really bad. That's because your garbage can is full, okay? Right? Your garbage can is all full, so when you go to the restroom then, you know, and this is Henry, and, you know, he sits on there with his phone taking selfies or whatever, right? And, yeah, that's right. And there it is, right there. So, rectum, large intestine, small intestine, stomach, small intestine, the esophagus, beautiful, and then the mouth. This is the order of the way things are. And this is the waste, okay? This is the waste your body just can't use anymore. But look how it turned from this, from all of the things that we ate, to this tiny mess, but look at all the food that the body was able to extract from that so it can survive. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how your digestive system works in a nutshell. It's a lot more complicated, you understand that, but I wanted you to get a nice overview. Okay? Any questions?
We play with it now.
Mr. JJ, why are you playing with that? Okay. All right. Please return to your seats.
I was already
those of you
doing
who are helping, don't take your gloves off. Don't stop.